To get further information about the dashboard page, please refer to the ECP Functional Specification Chapter 4.5.2 UC Dashboard. Dashboard page is a crucial page for ECP Endpoint. It provides basic information and statistics about the endpoint's behavior to the user. Basic information about ECP Endpoint as component code, description, ECP version, and registration status are displayed at the bottom of the page. Above the basic information are several tiles. The first, blue one, shows messaging statistics, especially the number of sent and received messages. This tile will redirect you to the messaging statistics page. The second tile then displays number of waiting messages. On the second line, there are business application tile and certificates tile. The business application tile displays date and time when the last message was sent or received by business application or by a user. The certificates tile then displays number of days to the closest expiration with expiration date and certificate type. This tile will change its color to red when renewal threshold is reached. On the third line, there are component directory and message paths tiles. Component directory tile displays date and time of the last successful synchronization. This tile will change its color to yellow or red after specific number of unsuccessful synchronization attempts. The message path tile then displays number of invalid message paths. If there is any invalid message path or if there is no message path, the tile will change its color to red. And on the last, fourth line, there are jobs tile and optional readiness tile. The jobs tile provides information about last runs of background jobs. It displays number of completed, waiting for run and failed jobs. In case of failure, this tile will change its color to red. The readiness tile is optional and it's displayed only when readiness endpoint is enabled. It displays the current status of ECP endpoint, if it's ready or not. In case that the ECP endpoint is not ready, the tile will change its color to red and the reason of this status will be displayed. Message statistics page provides information about outgoing and incoming message traffic. The table contains the number of sent and received messages for each used broker with date and time of the last usage. To get further information about messages page, please refer to the ECP Functional Specification Chapter 4.5 Endpoint. Inbox page displays all messages delivered to the ECP endpoint. These messages can be filtered and sorted in the table. Messages can be filtered by delivery date, sender, message type, message ID, BA message ID, and also by the message status. The inbox page also contains a status info button, which will open a modal window with a description of all possible message statuses. Outbox page displays all the messages that were sent by the ECP endpoint. This table can be filtered and sorted in a similar way as inbox page. Both inbox and outbox pages provides possibility to display message detail. Detail page contains additional information about the message such as receiver code, message ID, BA message ID, and more. In case of outgoing messages, the page also contains a table with several events, for example delivery and received acknowledgements. Send message page provides possibility to send message through the ECP network. It contains mandatory fields receiver and message type and optional fields BA message ID and sender application. This page also contains the drop file area, which is also mandatory for message sending. To get further information about Components page, please refer to the ECP Functional Specification Chapter 4.5.7 UC Components. ECP Endpoint provides a component directory browser that allows user to browse through the content of local component directory data and view the characteristics of all the active components, their message paths and their certificates. The Components table shows all components in the network with a possibility to navigate to their detail page. The table also allows to filter and search the components by component code, organization name, network or home component directory. On the detail page, there are component-specific information as component type, code, company information, status of the certificates, and more. The paths table shows the defined message paths of all the components in the network with the possibility to navigate to their detail. The table allows searching a message type to find the desired one. To get further information about Settings page, please refer to the ECP Functional Specification Chapter 4.5.8 UC Settings. The Settings page allows user to manage the ECP Endpoint message path, certificates and much more. Environment and project names, which are displayed at the page header and browser tab, can be configured in the Names section. Project name and environment name fields can be switched to editable mode, so their values can be changed. The Company Information section contains organization, contact person, contact email and contact phone fields. These fields can be also switched to the editable mode, in case that the information update is needed. The Message Paths section contains table with all defined message paths. It contains two tables, Business and Acknowledgement. Business table contains all message paths defined at the endpoint, and Acknowledgement paths contains all used message paths. Paths in each table can be filtered and searched by path type, status, use broker, valid on interval or message type. These tables also provide the possibility to display message path detail from where the path can be edited or deleted. New path can be imported as a file using the Import Paths button, or it can be created in graphical user interface using the New Button path. New Button path will redirect you to the New Path page, where you can specify for which sender will be this path applied. Also for which message types and what path type will be used. In case that the path type is set to indirect, the broker drop-down list will be displayed. Then you can specify the valid on interval and create the path with clicking on Save button. Message Types section provides possibility to define message TTL for each message type separately. TTL for specific message type can be created by clicking the New Message Type button. After that, the modal window with possibility to specify message type and TTL is displayed. All message types are then displayed in the table where you can edit the TTL value or delete it completely. Certificate section contains switch button, which enables or disables automatic certificate renewal. The renewal manually button in case that the manual renewal is needed. Option to import certificates. And also the table with all certificates which are currently present in the database. Local table contains all certificates which are directly used by the ECP endpoint. Network table contains all certificates from other synchronized networks. Messaging connectivity section contains the Check Connectivity button, which will redirect you to the connectivity check page. There you can specify receiver ECP endpoint and message type with which you want to check the messaging connectivity. After the connectivity test, status field is displayed with the current status. Component directory section contains basic information about ECP network. There is ECP component directory code, URL, and network of home ECP component directory. There are also buttons for configuration push and connectivity check. Runtime configuration section contains 3 buttons: Export configuration for exporting the configuration, Import configuration for importing new configuration, and Edit configuration, which will redirect you to the runtime configuration page. Runtime configuration page contains a table with all configuration properties, their value, and edit buttons. In case that the property is using some custom value, there is also a reset button, which will change the property value to the default value. For an array object's properties, there are also plus and minus buttons, which will create or remove the array object. Save and cancel buttons are then located at the bottom of the page. Time zone section provides a possibility to change the time zone on graphical user interface. There is a drop-down menu with the different time zones and a save button for applying the change. Background jobs section contains table with basic information about background jobs. The table contains job name, job status, date and time when the job started and ended, its duration, and, in case of failure, description of the reason. Registration section contains the Initiate Registration button, which will reinitiate the registration process. To get further information about smoke test, please refer to the ECP Installation Guide, Chapter 8, ECP Endpoint Registration and Functional Smoke Tests. You can test the functionality of your ECP endpoint by sending message to itself. Firstly, we need to create a message path. Message path can be created on Settings page, Message Path section. Click the plus New Path button and fill the form. When the form is filled, click on the Save button. Before sending a message, please make sure that the ECP endpoint is synchronized and get the information about the newly created message path. When the ECP endpoint is synchronized, go to the message page, click on a new message and fill the form. Use the vcode of your endpoint as a receiver. Fill some message type, for example test. drop the desired file and send a message. You will be redirected to the Outbox page where the message is displayed. The message is currently in delivered state and it can be downloaded by clicking the download button at the inbox page. After that, the message will change its status to received. To enable automatic receiving of messages in graphical user interface, you can configure the AMQP context. Go to the runtime configuration, find the ECP.Endpoint.AMQP API enabled property and set its value to true. Then find the ECP.Endpoint.SendHandler.BName property and set its value to AMQP API SendHandler. Also find the property ECP.Endpoint.SendHandler.TypeName and define message types which will be automatically received. When AMQP context is configured, send the message again. The message will be automatically received. Please note that in case you want to use a different integration channel for message receiving, the AMQP should be disabled again.